Welcome everybody. I'm Justin Wyse. I'm the former head coach for Mesa Rim Reno, and I am now our customer experience manager for North City. We're getting a little bit closer. North City's coming along. I've actually been building a lot of volumes. Hundreds and hundreds of volumes are being built right now for North City, which is pretty exciting. So what we're going to be doing today is bodyweight fitness clinic, a HIIT clinic, a high intensity interval training clinic. So what I've done is I've attached the agenda for the workout is in the chat right now. It's a Google Doc, and you don't have to reference that throughout the course of the workout. I'm going to be telling you what we're doing, but if you want it for a later date or you want to repeat this without watching the video, then you can do that. This video is going to be uploaded to YouTube in the future with this description linked below, and that way you can reference it on your own time in the future if 6 p.m. doesn't work for you. So every Thursday, we're going to do this clinic at 6, and then every Tuesday, I'm doing a core clinic at 6 as well. So if you're looking for a little bit more scheduled, just routine in what your workouts are, these are things that are going to be happening indefinitely until our stay-at-home orders are lifted and you know the gyms are back up and open, and then hopefully in the future, then we can go back to doing this stuff in person. So the way this is going to work, I was explaining it a little bit before to everybody there. Those that want to show video, you're more than welcome to, so I can help correct your form. If you feel uncomfortable showing video, don't worry about it. You don't have to. What you're going to need for this clinic is just some open floor space, and that's it. All of the workouts that we're going to be doing is just a basic setup of things that people should know. So I'm going to say, Caroline said it's not showing up in the chat. Maybe that was because that was before you guys entered. So I'm going to send it one more time, and then you can see if you can link to that. Is that good? Can I get a thumbs up, Caroline, if you got it? Awesome. Thank you. So what we're going to do today is we have 4 different cycles that we're going to go through. So each cycle lasts about 6 minutes, and it's 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off, and that repeats for 6 minutes, right? And we have 2 different workouts in each one of those. So it sounds a little bit confusing, but if you take a look at that first one, you can see that for the first round, what we're doing is burpees and high knees. So the way that's going to work is you're going to do burpees for 40 seconds, and then you'll have 20 seconds of rest. Then we're going to do high knees for 40 seconds, and you'll have 20 seconds of rest. So that's 2 minutes, right? You do that 2 more times until we're at 6 minutes, and then we get a 1.5 minute rest before we start the next round of stuff. So it's not too complicated if we go just like one chunk at a time. So what we're going to start with is the burpees and the high knees. So what we're going to be doing, I'm going to just move my computer a little bit just so that way you can see me, and I'll demo the form that I'm looking for these. Let me grab something so that you can see a little better. So for those of you uninitiated to the burpee, right? So the burpee is pretty straightforward. I'm going to jump up at the top, right? So if I'm starting from the form, I do a jump, I come down in a push-up position, jump out, push up in, and then jump back up, and then back down and repeat. You can add the push-up in if you want. If you are not comfortable with that, if it feels a little bit too hard, then you don't have to do the push-up at all. For high knees, pretty straightforward in a stationary position, right? Trying to have good posture. My legs are about shoulder width apart, right? Knees are always slightly bent. As I come up, I'm trying to get my knees until they're about even with where my hips are, right? So if I'm just picking up my legs like this, then I'm basically just jogging in place. I want to make sure that my knees are coming up so that they're about even with where my hips are. Okay, does anybody have any questions about that, or are we feeling good? Excellent. Okay, so this first set, we're going to do it about 65, 70%, okay, because we're trying to get that heart rate going and warm. So don't punch it really hard out the gate. Just try and get your form solid and get a few decent reps in before that 20-second rest. So I'll give you a countdown. We're going to start with burpees in 3, 2, 1. Burpees, here we go. Excellent. Form looks good. Remember to pace yourselves. Don't want to get burned out too quickly in the beginning. This is supposed to be about 65 to 70%. So consistent pacing is good, but you don't have to rush it. We're halfway through, 20 more seconds, then we get 20 seconds of rest. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. So we got 20 seconds of rest now. Catch your breath. Nice big deep breaths. Shake it out a little bit and then get ready for high knees. 10 seconds and then high knees. 3, 2, 1. High knees. Here we go. High knees for 40 seconds. Remember, find that pace that works best for you, right? So we want to make sure that you're not pushing too hard. Want to get a nice, comfortable pace going. Halfway through, 20 more seconds. Ten more seconds. And rest. Awesome, nice job. That's our first minute down, first 2 minutes down, right? So our first full block of stuff. We're gonna repeat that a couple more times. So 2 minutes in, 4 minutes to go before a bigger break. So we got burpees coming up here in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, burpees, here we go. Remember, we're only at max about 70% right now. So don't burn yourself out too much. Find a nice, comfortable pace. If you have to slow it down a little bit, that's totally fine. Also, if you ever find that your heart rate just spikes a little bit too much, it's totally fine to take a round off as well. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, 1. 20-second rest. Nice job. High knees coming up next. For high knees too, make sure the way you can tell if you're being controlled or not is how loud your impact is with the ground. So if you're like super loud on the ground, then you're probably not controlling your steps too well. So try and be super light-footed. And high knees, here we go. Again, you can help control that noise too by landing on your toes. A little bit of noise is totally fine. Just make sure you don't want to be stomping on the ground. You shouldn't have, especially your heels, shouldn't be impacting too hard when you come back down. Most of that weight should be absorbed from the metatarsals of your foot. So like from the toes and the ball of your foot, and then your heel is coming down and tapping the ground lightly before you're coming back up. 10 more seconds here. 3, 2, 1, 20-second rest. Nice job. Okay, so we have 2 minutes left before a slightly bigger break. And this is still only at about 70%. So we've got our last round of burpees for the day coming up. That's exciting. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Burpees, here we go. Excellent job, nice work. Remember, we're doing 70% burpees. We're not trying to spike our heart rate too soon in the workout. Want to get everything feeling nice and warm. 20 seconds, halfway through. Ten seconds left. Almost done. Nice work, everybody. 3, 2, 1. 20-second rest. Excellent. Okay, so now we've got our last thing of high knees coming up. Again, only 70%. You're probably starting to feel a lot warmer now. I'm probably feeling really good. Don't push it hard yet. Still only about 70%. Nice, consistent pace. And then we get a slightly longer rest. 3, 2, 1. Okay, here we go. High knees. Excellent. Nice job. Looks good. Halfway through, 20 more seconds. Ten seconds here. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Now we get a nice big break here for a second while I explain the other ones. Nice work. That was awesome. So we're done with that first full set of stuff. So we have 1 down, we have 2 more to go, and then a challenge. So our next one, what we're going to be doing is the push-up walk and squats. So I'll demo those really quick so everybody can see what I'm looking for good form. That's our minute and 15 seconds of rest. This is just now starting. So for squat, what am I looking for squat form, right? So I'm trying to make sure that my knees are about shoulder width apart, right? And same with my feet, that my toes can be pointed out slightly, right? But I don't want my toes pointed inward or too far wide. So just straight in front of me or slightly out is okay. And then what I'm looking for when I'm doing that squat is I want to come down until I'm at least my butt is even with my knees, right? So that my knees are at like a 90-degree bend. You can see that I don't want my knees going too far over my toes. Ideally, they're keeping straight with my feet, right? So that's the squat form I'm looking for. And then obviously, like depending on what your intensity is, you're going to be doing more or less reps. The push-up walk, look down a little bit further. So the push-up walk, I'm doing a push-up. So I'm doing a push-up and then I'm scooting my hand over, doing another push-up and then scooting my hand over and so on and going in a full circle. If that gets to be too hard, then it's okay. You can not do the push-ups and you can just do the walk around the circle, right? So that you have enough space. If you run out of space, like if your hands run out of space and you're like, I can only go this far, then that's fine. Then you just stop and then start coming back the other direction. If you want the bonus, you can do the push-ups. For every time you do a hand movement over, you do the push-up, right? If you're like, nope, that's too hard, then keep the full plank rather than doing push-ups, modified push-ups like on your knees. I prefer that you just keep the full plank and then see if you can keep your pace a little bit quicker for going around in the circle or as far as you can go before you hit something. Sound good? Excellent. Okay, we're gonna get started here in 10 seconds we'll do the push-up walk first. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, push-up walk. Here we go. We got 40 seconds. Okay, so in terms of intensity, what we're looking for now, probably about 75 to 80%. So we're starting to ramp things up a little bit with the second set. 20 seconds to go. Okay, rest time, rest time. We got 20 seconds of rest. Nice work. Squats are up next. For that push-up walk, make sure too that your feet are staying stationary and you're just walking your hands around, kind of almost like a clock, right? And for the next round, we'll try and make those hand movements a little bit bigger. 3, 2, 1, squats. Here we go. Squats for 40 seconds. Just trying to find a nice controlled pace, what works best for you, okay? So whatever 75 to 80% looks like for you, we want to make sure that we're not going too fast or too slow. 20 more seconds to go. Excellent, nice job. Everybody's getting good knee flexion in there and going down to 90 degrees. Nice work. 10 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, 20-second rest, and then we're gonna go back to the push-up walk. So again, this time for that push-up walk, after we do the push-up, see if we can move our hand like quite a bit further. The easiest way to do that is to take the hand, so like let's say I'm moving to the right, I would take my left hand and I'd scoot it all the way into where my right hand is, and then I'd move my right hand all the way out. Okay, push-up walk, here we go, 40 seconds. So bigger hand movements this time after each push-up. If we don't want to do the push-ups, that's totally fine. Don't worry about it. The goal is to stay in that planked form the whole time through this and to be walking ourselves around. If that feels pretty comfy for you, then you can start throwing those push-ups in. 15 more seconds. Nice job. Much bigger hand movements this time. That looks great. 3, 2, 1, 20-second rest. Nice job. So we're exactly halfway done with the set. We've got squats coming up next again. If you want some extra challenge for squats, see if you can get your flexion a little bit deeper in the knees, if you can get your butt even a little bit lower than 90. 2, 1, here we go, 40 seconds of squats. But use caution here. The deeper you go on squats, the more pressure that's going to put in the knee joint, right? So just be mindful if you have any pre-existing knee issues, you don't want to tweak those knees. So make sure that they're stable and you're going only as low as you feel comfortable going. 20 more seconds, we're halfway through. Nice job, form looks great. 10 more seconds. Three, 2, 1, 20-second rest. Nice job, excellent. Okay, we've got 2 minutes left. So this is gonna be the last round of push-up walk for the day coming up here in 7 seconds. So catch your breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, push-up walk, here we go. Excellent. Nice job. Halfway done, 20 more seconds. Try and make sure that those elbows and wrists stay directly underneath the shoulders. The back is flat. We're engaging everything. We don't want to move our hips too much. 10 seconds. Try and keep those hips square. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 20-second rest. Nice job. Done with that for the day. We've got our last set of squats coming up here next. And then we'll get a big break while I explain the next round of stuff. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squats. Here we go. So at this point, we should be at about 80%. So you should be feeling it a little bit, starting to dial things up a touch. We're not full on like 90 to 100 yet, but you should be warm and ready and pushing a little bit, starting to drive that heart rate up some. 20 seconds to go. Excellent. Great form. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 20-second rest. Nice job. That was great. Okay, so we have the 20 seconds plus the minute and 15, then any additional time if I need it to explain the next couple things we're going to do. So we've got one last cycle of stuff and then a shoulder challenge. So the last cycle of stuff that we're going to do is mountain climbers and then jumping lunges. That's our minute and 15 rests going off, that alarm. So mountain climbers, I'm going to show you form for that first, and then I'll show you what the jumping lunge form looks like. Okay, so mountain climbers, right? So for mountain climbers, I'm in this like planked position, right? And I can choose what type of pace I'm going for, but I'm bringing my knee up to my elbow and back down, right? So this is like a walking pace. This would be like if you're dying and your heart rate is up way too high. Ideally, you're at like a slight like jogging pace like this while keeping your back flat. If you feel really good and you're ready to push it, then you're trying to go fast, right? And you're getting those knees up. As you're driving those knees up, you don't want to be arching your back at all or get into a downward dog position. You're still trying to stay in like a nice solid plank position. Jumping lunges. So I'll demo the jumping lunges really quick. So the jumping lunges, I want to make sure when I'm doing the jumping lunges, so I'll show you. So here I come down into like a nice like 90-90 position for lunge form, right? So I jump up and switch, jump up and switch, right? So as I go back and forth, I'm loading that impact like on my toes and absorbing it slowly and then having my knee tap lightly on the ground. I don't want to impact the ground with my knee super hard. So it looks something like this as I go back and forth, right? Again, this is hard. The jumping lunges will drive your heart rate up a lot. If that's too challenging, then you can always just do regular lunges too. Or if it's too easy, then just up your intensity for whatever it is that you're going to go for until your heart rate gets up there. But just doing a few jumping is, even for me, trying to like talk and do that is challenging. Okay, so we're going to get after it here. We've got 20 more seconds, so maybe a quick drink of water, and then we're gonna do our last set of stuff. So mountain climbers are gonna be up first. Just remember to keep that good form and those backs flat. 7 seconds, and then we're gonna get started. 4, 3, 2, 1. Mountain climbers, here we go, 40 seconds. So at this point, we're at like 90 to 95%, right? We're not ever gonna push it to 100% today, but 90 to 95, like just a little bit below what the most effort is that you can give. That's what we're looking for right now. Nice job, looks good. Excellent. 15 more seconds. Try and get those knees as close to your elbows as possible each time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 20-second rest. Good work. Okay, so now we've got those jumping lunges or regular lunges depending on how you're feeling. 10 more seconds. 2, 1. Jumping lunges, go, or regular lunges, depending on where you're at right now. Excellent, nice job. Looks super good. Remember to keep breathing through these. Find a solid breathing rhythm will help you a lot. We don't want too deep a breath. We don't want too shallow. You want to find a nice middle ground there. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. 20-second rest. Nice job. So if we're doing the regular lunges too and not jumping, just make sure that the next time we do them, instead of taking steps forward, we're taking steps backwards. So it's a backwards lunge, so that way we're evened out a little bit and working those hamstrings some as well. Okay, coming up in 3, 2, 1. Mountain climbers, here we go. Awesome job, looks good. Form looks good. Trying to get those knees close to the elbows each time. Remembering to keep breathing. Halfway through, 20 more seconds. Remember, if at any point in time, we're starting to near the end here, if at any point in time your heart rate is getting too far up there and you're really out of breath, you feel like you can't come back, it's okay to sit out for 30, 40 seconds or even longer than that until you catch your breath and then hop back in. So don't feel like you have to do the workout, like listen to your body and make sure that you don't push yourself too far into the red zone. There's your rest time, so we're resting now. Nice job. Everybody's doing awesome. We're great. We're halfway through the last set of this stuff, and then that's it for the high intensity training things. So then we'll have a little bit of a shoulder challenge, but that's not going to be as intense as this. 3, 2, 1. Jumping lunges. Here we go. Or the regular lunges. Nice job. Looks good. Make sure that when we're jumping or when we come forward, we want to keep our upper body straight too. We don't want to lean too far forward over that leg that's coming in front of us. We want to keep solid posture, keep our cores tight throughout that motion. 10 more seconds here. Excellent, nice job. 3, 2, 1, 20-second rest. Good work. Okay, so up next, this is our last time of doing mountain climbers for the day. And then we have our last round of jumping lunges for the day. We're almost done. Just 2 more minutes and then we're done with the high intensity stuff for the day. I know it's tough, but we're really close. 3, 2, 1. Mountain climbers, here we go. 40 seconds of mountain climbers. Try and get those knees close to the elbows. It's the last one of mountain climbers for the day, so we want to push it a little bit. Push it close to that 95%. See how many we can get in. Get those knees really close up to those elbows and keep breathing. 25 more seconds to go. I know we're probably feeling it in those shoulders a lot, but we're so close. 15 more seconds. Nice job. There's a lot of effort going on right now. You guys are doing awesome. So close. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 20-second rest. Excellent. Super good. Should be feeling that heart rate up high right now, the highest that it's going to get throughout the course of the day. We've got 10 seconds of rest, and that's our last round of lunges or jumping lunges. I'm going to try really hard, and then we're going to get a big rest. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Jumping lunges or regular lunges. 40 seconds. Try and make sure we're stable for each one. We don't want any knee wobbles, making sure that we're placing those toes controlled. We don't want feet slamming into the ground at all. We don't want knees slamming into the ground. We want nice controlled movement, consistent pacing, pushing it hard. 20 seconds to go, 95% or so. Almost everything you've got, but not quite. Just make sure there's a little bit left in the tank. 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Nice job. We're done. I know that stuff's really hard. Once your heart rate gets up high, it can be tough to get it back down again. And that's the goal for these, is that they don't last the longest, but we get that heart rate up really high and tax those muscles quite a bit. So what I want everybody to do right now, if you can, just take a minute to catch your breath. If you have water nearby, go get a quick drink of water, and then we're gonna do this arm circle challenge. So I'm gonna have everybody rest for about a minute, and then once everybody's back, we've caught our breath a little bit. I'm gonna explain the arm circle challenge, and then we're gonna get after it for that.
Justin, I got a question about my hangboard. Is it cool if I ask that now?
Yeah, absolutely. What you got?
All right. So I've been doing the hangboarding classes with Enrico. That was the class I did before this, so I'm super gassed.
Yeah, how is that going? Does he have you guys doing like repeaters? Like, is it a set time on and then time off?
Not really. He has us go big slope, big slot, smallest crimp, and then we just do a moving rest. So you're just supposed to climb around while you rest. And I've been using resistance bands because those kids are crazy strong. Honestly.
Yeah, they are. They have the academy, and then I mean, you got to think like Declan and Brendan have made Team USA basically every year since they've started for climbing. So that's top 4 in the country. So try not to like think of your level like compared to that, right? That's like an extremely like elite level of training that they're at. So yeah. I would say for that stuff in general, like what is it that like the resistance band stuff helps? Is it just like, are you struggling to get through the stuff? Is it just too hard?
No, I'm actually having a really good time, but my question is about the resistance bands. Can I just loop it over the top of my hangboard, or do I have to set up like bolts?
What's your hangboard set up to? Is it just like a door frame pull-up bar? Or is it like bolted into the wall, or what do you have?
It's into a piece of hickory that is into the 2x4s on the sides of my door frame.
Yeah, then you can put the resistance bands over the hangboard. I mean, like you could probably even ask your folks to bolt like a bigger hook on the board itself to attach the resistance bands to. Does that make sense? So because if you loop it over the hangboard right now, is it just like you put the whole band over the hangboard and then you're just stepping in it at the bottom?
Yeah, here, I'll show you. I've got it right here.
Yeah, let's take a quick look and then we'll do this challenge while everybody's catching their breath.
Ah, I'm messing up.
I see. Okay. And then when it's loaded, does it feel like how much stress is on the band?
I mean, like
is it a good amount?
It's a solid amount. I've never really hangboarded in seriousness before, so I'm pretty weak as of now.
Okay, I think that's a good setup. I would just be mindful with any time you're like stepping on resistance bands and loading it with like your full body weight. Those guys are not gonna last that long. Okay, so like I would say after every workout, just like examine the band to make sure that it's not. You'll start to see when they start to deteriorate because it'll be like little like ripples, like almost like little stretch marks, and then there'll be like little tears in it. If you start to see like a handful of those, then you want to retire the band and get a new band, because what'll happen is you'll be mid-workout and then that band will snap and it can come back up and like hit you in the face or something, which would not be ideal because you're fully loading it. So just be mindful of that. I think the setup that you have is fine. I would just be aware that can happen if the band deteriorates over time. So,
Gotcha.
okay, so now we're gonna do this. We had plenty of rest time, maybe too much rest time. We're gonna do this arm circle challenge. So the arm circle challenge is one of my favorites for team, actually. I'm sure Caroline has done this before. We've done this quite a few times in the past. This is really, really good for shoulder stability. Basically, we're just doing arm circles for 5 minutes straight. It sounds pretty simple. It gets really hard. So the form that I'm looking for the arm circles is that your arms are always like, you're making like a T out of your body. So your circles are looking like this, right? For small, about like this for medium, and about like this for big, okay? So what I want to be mindful of for these circles is if you can see like where I'm at right now, like you see my neck and my head position, as you start to get more and more tired, you're going to start to like lean forward like this, right? Or like you'll put your circles forward like this and be leaning back, right? Or like this and be leaning forward, depending on which muscles aren't as tired. And I want to make sure that that form is solid the whole time, right? So the way this is going to work, we're going to do 30 seconds small forward, 30 seconds small backwards, then medium forward, medium backwards, forwards big, backwards big, and then we go back up through that cycle, 30 seconds at each one. So if you drop it all, then we're going to do a plank at the end. So it'll be 15 seconds for each time someone drops, for those of you that are showing video. The goal is to just keep going. So it's just your own, we don't have weights, we don't have anything else. You just want to find a nice controlled pace and make sure that we don't drop our hands all the way down, right? Does that sound good to everybody? Cool. Okay, we're going to get started. So we're going to start with 30 seconds small forward in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 30 seconds small forward. Nice job. Looks good. Remember to keep breathing, focus on good form, straight arms. 10 more seconds here, and then we're going to reverse direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, 30 seconds small backwards. Nice job. This looks good. Excellent. Keep breathing. Get a bigger range of motion coming up here, and that'll feel a little bit better. So we're going to do medium forwards in 3, 2, 1. Medium forwards. Here we go. So a little bit bigger. So about like this, right, is about medium. So we can make those circles a little bit bigger. Feel some nice comfort there and having like a wider range of motion. So we can make them, Lynn, yours can be even a little bit bigger than that. That'll help a little bit more. The smaller they are, the harder it gets. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Then we're going to switch direction. Nice job. You guys are doing great. This is no easy feat. And we're getting in 20 seconds. We'll start doing big. When we do the big circles, you can make them real big, and that'll feel a lot better. We just want to be in constant motion. You don't ever want to stop. Try and keep those arms straight, Caroline. Try and keep them straight. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big forwards, big forwards. This should feel good. We get a nice little reprieve here. You can choose the pace too. It doesn't have to be, ideally it's not like super slow, but it doesn't have to be really fast either. The goal here is just to be in constant motion the whole time. In 10 seconds, we're gonna go backwards. Should be feeling this in our back now and in like our traps a little bit, the trapezius. 2, 1, backwards. Here we go, big backwards. If we're feeling when you do this, if you have some clicky shoulders, like if your shoulders are making kind of clicky noises and it feels a little bit weird, that's okay. A lot of times, especially the shoulder joint is really complex. People have minor injuries in it over time, and that can build up scar tissue, and that can cause a little bit of like clicking and funkiness. As long as you don't have any sharp pain, then you should be good to work through it. Okay, we're gonna switch to medium forwards in 3, 2, 1. Medium forwards. Here we go. So for the baseline of what that medium looks like, it's about like this. So we're not quite super small yet. Trying to keep those arms straight, trying to not bend at the elbows at all still. I know it's really hard, but we're getting close. You guys are doing awesome. 10 more seconds, and then we're doing medium backwards. Oh yeah, we're close. I can see people try it. Nice job. Okay, switch directions, backwards, medium backwards. Excellent. Keep going. Try and keep those arms straight. Try and keep them straight if you can. 20 more seconds here, and then we've got the final crux, which is small forwards and small backwards. 10 more seconds. Three, 2, 1. Small forwards. Ooh, we're in the final minute. We're in the final minute. Nice job. Keep it up. Every time we do this, Caroline, I just think of Taylor Gorby's first time of doing this. And like 1 minute in, oh, Neil's down for a second. 1 minute in, Taylor's like, this isn't hard at all. Caroline's down for a quick second. We're going to have a little bit of planking to do at the end here. Oh, you guys are so close. Almost done. 3, 2, 1. Reverse direction. Last 30 seconds. This is it. Oh, Caroline's down again. We got 45 seconds of plank to reclaim then, right after this. Finish strong, though. Finish strong. Oh, man, you're so close. 12 seconds. Come on. Finish it out. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Nice job. Shake those arms out for the next 15 seconds, and then we're going to do a 1 minute plank to round it out. So get ready for 1 minute plank. That plank is going to be on our elbows. We did a lot of work on our hands today, so we're going to go down into elbow plank. The form that I'm looking for the plank is just completely shoulders stacked over your elbows, and then making sure your back is flat. So you'll know, like if you're looking forward and you see your elbows, then that means that you're scooted too far back and your butt is too far back. So you need to push your toes so that your shoulder gets over your elbows a little bit more. So we're going to start that 1 minute plank here. Get ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Try and keep backs flat, solid form. Keep breathing. Make sure that neck, you guys are doing an awesome job with this. A lot of times I see folks, myself included, will have their necks up too much in plank form because you're trying to look straight forward, or their heads will be leaning down too much. You want your neck, your head to be even with your spine. So you're just looking kind of like diagonally to the front and down. And that looks great. You guys are doing an awesome job with that. Super good form. 20 more seconds to go. Oh, Caroline's dying. Almost done. 15 seconds. Neil's camera and Lynn's camera looks like it just froze and stopped because their form's so good. This is perfect. Excellent. 2, 1, rest. Nice job. Excellent. You guys did great. That was super good form at the end. Nice job. That's it. That's it for the day. You guys did awesome. So again, I'm Justin. I'm going to put my email in the chat really quick. If you have any questions about this or other training questions or anything really about what to be doing training-wise at home right now and like workout stuff that we're going to be continuing to do, feel free to just hit me up in the email there. The workout that we did today, it's all in that Google Doc. The exact thing that we did is listed in that Google Doc. It's open. This whole video will be accessible via our YouTube channel. It'll be uploaded to the YouTube channel with the Google Doc in the description below if you want to reference it in the future. If you are looking for just the whole history of the other stuff that Mesa's done, remember that we have on the virtual class website all of the previous classes that we've taught are all accessible right there. And then that'll get you over to the YouTube channel too. But that's like dozens and dozens of classes in terms of like pre-recorded yoga, fitness stuff, PT stuff that Matt has done that's absolutely phenomenal. There's a lot of like top-notch resources there that you can use. If these time frames don't work for you, if you're like, you know what, I really can't make it at 6 today, or I can't do this thing, you can go back and reference those and have it happen on your own time and on your own schedule. But that's it for me for today. So thanks everybody for coming. And I'll see you next time. Again, every Tuesday at 6, we got Core Clinic. And every Thursday at 6, we've got the Bodyweight Fitness Clinic, this one. So I'll see you next time. Thanks for coming.